Majorly, it all started with adoption. When I found out, I started becoming very violent. Call my mother and tell her that I'm standing in front of a truck and I'm just going to jump any moment, and stuff like that. And that's when the doctors said that she needs help. I came out, I spoke to a lot of people, and that's when I realized that, Seher, you're not alone. If they've harmed themselves, I've been there and I've taken them to the hospital, gotten them stitches, or whatever, in whatever way I can help them. I've always been there. और लगता है कि यार इन लोग को अकेला नहीं छोड़ना है. Hi, my name is Seher. I'm born and brought up in Delhi. I was born on the 4th of September 1995 in a hospital in Delhi itself. And I've had a long journey with a lot of mental health issues and adoption. So I was adopted on the 2nd of September 1996, and my adopted family had come to this place called Palna, which is an orphanage in Delhi itself. And so when they came to meet me, I still remember, because my mother told me that my hands were out and I was doing this to them. And that's when my brother had come in, and he had held me in his arms. And that's the moment when I was just, like accepted into the family as if I was theirs. And there was no weirdness or anything that, oh, this is not our child, or, they were very happy to have me. And also, very important part about my adoption was that my mother, my biological mother and father had gone and given me to the adoption agency. It was not that I was, found somewhere or like that. So they had gone and they had given me there, which was a very different part about my adoption, which I obviously found out much later. Also, one of the best things that I find about my adoption is that my mother right now had come to me at the age of 8, and she had told me that I'm an adopted child, which was obviously for an 8-year-old, it was not something very simple to understand. But it was very, like, since I grew, I've understood that it was beautiful that she told me, because it mattered a lot for the relationship that I share with my mother and father today and my brother. It's very important, because otherwise I think I would have never had the capability of, building a trust with them, which was very important. And I feel that being an adopted child, you should tell the child yourself before they find out from somewhere else. So majorly, it all started with adoption. When I found out, I started becoming very violent. I was very angry at everything around me, and I used to throw everything around me. I used to try and break whatever came in my hand. I used to scream, shout, cry a lot. Initially, my parents thought that it's, like the child is trying to gain attention and that's why she's doing that. But then slowly it became very difficult for my parents to handle. And during my school time, it was very difficult because, again, because of my issues, I couldn't concentrate on the studies. I was very irritated all the time, and I was again angry, and I was unable to talk to people. I was unable to concentrate on whatever was being done in the class. So I kept changing a lot of schools. And in the 9th standard, I went to Mahatma Gandhi International School in Ahmedabad, and that's when I actually started studying, because there was a counselor in the school that helped me to concentrate in the work that was done. She used to give me extra classes. She used to sit down with me, help me do whatever, and help me learn before an exam. And she used to give me special attention. And that's when my parents also thought that I need a psychiatrist, because this was getting very difficult. And I also started hurting myself slowly. Anything that came in my hand, or I would try to jump off somewhere, or I would randomly go on the highway and call my mother and tell her that I'm standing in front of a truck and I'm just going to jump any moment, and stuff like that. And it was very difficult, because obviously my mother didn't know the location. I would switch off my phone. I would be very angry, and there were, obviously, she had told about my issues. 2 people around her office people knew. So because of that, it became easier for them to locate me at that time or send help immediately. even if my mom was not around, because obviously I was in Ahmedabad, she was here. So slowly things became very, very difficult. And in 2014, when I got back from Ahmedabad after doing my 12th standard, that was when I first hurt myself very badly. And that's when the doctors said that she needs help. This is not normal. And that's when we, spoke about it, and we figured that we need a psychiatrist now, and we need to do therapy and psychiatric treatment, which means medication. So then my mom slowly found a doctor. He was called Rajiv Mehta, Dr. Rajiv Mehta, in Dwarka itself, where I live in Delhi. And so the first time I remember, so usually doctors and psychiatrists, like counselors, they don't come to your house. But I was in such a bad shape that I couldn't get out of the house. So I remember that my mother had really, begged him to come home to meet me so that he could talk to me and prescribe the medicines accordingly. And so he took a lot of sessions at home initially. But then, once I got a little comfortable with him, I started talking, I was able to open up to him. That's when we decided that now we can shift to the clinic. But then one thing with Rajiv Mehta was that I used to get very irritated. So I was very impatient at that time. And every time we went to his clinic, we had to wait for a very long hour to, go for the appointment, which used to irritate me a lot. I used to get a lot of anxiety and I used to get very angry with the doctor. And each time I entered his room, I would say, why do you always make me wait? Why can't you call me when, people are gone and I'm like the only one, and you can just take me one-on-one and then we are done. So one thing very, very different here was that no psychiatrist comes to the house. He was one of the doctors who agreed to come home. If he wouldn't have come today, I don't know if I would have been standing here. That really made a difference, and people do not get such help and such support from the family and doctors. The good part about my entire journey is that I had all the time support around me with the parents, with the family, with the parents, friends and everybody. And of course, we had amazing doctors who had helped. So after doing a lot of counseling and medication with Dr. Rajiv Mehta, we shifted to this place called Children's First. So while I was with Rajiv Mehta, my parents were also looking for a place where it was a little lively and I would like to go and sit and talk. So I still remember the first time we went to Children's First here in Gurgaon, in Safdarjung. Yeah, so it was very pleasant. There were paintings around, there were kids around, there were swings, there were games played with the kids, there were kids doing some creative stuff, which was very different. Usually you don't see such things. So I really liked the place, but I was very scared. I still remember I was holding my mom's dupatta and I was very scared. And they took me to a room where there was a couch and my mom and dad were sitting next to me. They gave me some toys and some squishy, slime or something. And I was like, what are we doing here? And what is this happening with me? Because I've never seen people get treated like that. And also the first impression of going to a psychiatrist that I had in my mind was that, that thing that we see in the Bollywood films, that they will chain me up and they will give me electric shocks, and that's what I had in my mind at that time. I was very scared, and the way they started talking to me and how it ended, it was beautiful. The way they played games with me, they just got information out of me, and I never felt like I just went for therapy, It was very sweet of them, and they have supported me a lot, and that was like the biggest game changer, and that's when I started feeling better. So initially, when I started counseling in Children's First, I used to take somebody along. I was either my dad, mom, or they would wait outside the clinic, or there was sometimes some friend would go with me because I was super scared to still go alone. But then after a few years of therapy, I started traveling alone. So I used to drive myself from Dwarka to the new place in Gurgaon, and I used to go all alone, do my therapy, come back happily, remember to take my medication by myself. So initially we had to put alarms. My parents would scream that Seher dawai le lo and all of that. But then slowly it became very different and I started taking medication like a ritual because I knew कि मुझे better होना है तो मुझे खुद को करना पड़ेगा. एंड किसी और के भरोसे आप ये सब नहीं कर सकते जब तक अंदर से you don't feel the will to become a better person. You can't do anything. Everybody can keep screaming and shouting and doing whatever they want, but then it has to come from within. If you want to become a better person, you have to take these things very seriously. So my mental health journey and then adoption, it's been very, very difficult. I've had severe mental health breakdowns. I used to cry, I used to scream, I used to try and harm myself. My parents didn't know what to do, all of this. And they also needed therapy because to take care of a patient like this, it's very important to understand how you need to take care. There were days when I couldn't get off my bed, I couldn't switch on a switch right behind me. So there were times when my house help used to come into the room. I used to scream her name. She used to come. She used to switch on the light for me or switch on the TV for me or the AC, or my parents would do that. I couldn't even get up and take water. You know, having a bath, brushing my teeth was a very different story at that time. That was, I think, बहुत दूर की बात हो गई वो. मतलब एक switch on नहीं कर पा रहे और bathroom जाना तो वो तो बहुत ही अलग बात हो जाती है. So during this entire journey, there were about 2 years of my life that I've spent in just my room, which is not even coming outside the room and going to the hall. And slowly, sitting into the room, I started feeling very, bored and I didn't know what to do. But the medication used to make me sleep a lot. So I used to mostly sleep. But then I started slowly painting. So how painting has helped me in this entire journey is the colors that I used in my paintings or whatever I was painting. I usually did a lot of abstract. I made a lot of nature, so a lot of trees. I can make more than 200 different types of trees, which I've learned by myself. I've never learned how to paint from anywhere. And so the moods that I had, the emotions I was feeling, the way I was feeling, I used to put it out on paper. The colors used to tell my mood. Happy colors would come in when I'm in a good mood, and then dark paintings would come out when I'm in a bad mood or I'm feeling anxious or I'm not feeling well. So things like that helped me. So in 2016, I still remember my mother one day came to me and she said, "Seher, itni sari paintings balani hai, ghar mein rakhne ki jagah hi nahi hai." So that's when she came to me and she said, "कि चलो हम एक exhibition करते हैं." So in 2016, I did my first solo exhibition in Connaught Place. And that's when I actually came out of my room and started speaking about mental health. I was very scared. I still remember that day also I was holding Mama's dupatta. So every time I'm scared, I'll, end up holding my mom's dupatta. So I came out, I spoke to a lot of people, and that's when I realized that, Seher, you're not alone. There are a trillion more people who are facing similar issues, whatever the reason may be, but they have similar issues and they have no help. मेरे साथ, I at least had my family. I had people around my family to help us get out of this situation, to deal with all of it. But there are people जो अपने बच्चों की mental health को छुपाना चाहते हैं. I've helped so many people in this entire journey, and I've seen people जो इनके माँ बाप इस बात को बताने से भी embarrass होते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे को mental health issues हैं. मतलब बच्चा तो एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा रहा, माँ बाप भी नहीं कर पा रहे, तो बच्चा की हेल्प कौन करेगा? इट हैज़ टू बी द पेरेंट्स, बिकॉज बच्चा सबसे ज़्यादा माँ बाप पे ही देखेगा एंड वो ही सबसे बड़ा सपोर्ट सिस्टम है. और आपके पेरेंट्स ही जजमेंटल हो जाएंगे आपको लेके, तो आप कहाँ जाओगे? क्योंकि आप घर में हो, आप घर से बाहर भी नहीं जा रहे हो एंड वन ऑन वन आप माँ बाप के साथ ही हो. सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग एंड आई spoke to a lot of people that day. I got a lot of media coverage that day, which of course made me a lot more confident. So these medications that we take during this time, everyone gets different medication. It doesn't mean that if I'm taking these particular 5 medicines, it's going to help this other person in the same way. It reacts differently on each body. So I had gained a lot of weight. From being 45 kgs, I'd suddenly become almost 74 kgs. So seeing myself in the mirror was very difficult. So I got a lot of, you know, like people used to scream and like कि तू तो इतनी मोटी क्यों हो गई है, तू ऐसी क्यों दिख रही है. My gynecologist started saying कि सहर ये क्या कर लिया है तूने अपने आप के साथ, you're messing your body. उसमें मेरी कोई गलती नहीं थी. I couldn't have done anything. अगर मैं ये मेडिकेशन नहीं लेती तो मैं आज शायद यहाँ बैठी ही नहीं होती. तो अब मैं या तो बॉडी संभाल सकती हूँ या मैं अपना दिमाग संभाल सकती हूँ. सो इट हैज़ टू बी द आइदर वे. सो आई हैव ऑल्सो सीन केसेस जहाँ लोग इस वजह से भी छोड़ देते हैं. बट दैट्स नॉट द वे, बिकॉज आप अगर ये चीज़ मेडिकेशन पे अगर आप जा रहे हो तो फिर आप तब तक लो जब तक आपको प्रिस्क्राइब किया जा रहा है. बिकॉज उसके बीच में छोड़ना आपको बहुत ही उल्टी तरफ ले जा सकता है, विच कैन मेस योर मेंटल हेल्थ इवन इन अ वर्स सिचुएशन. So I've had all these issues, I've dealt with it. There have been times when I have gone to different people's houses to help them. So I still remember there was this case that my mother had got. There was a girl who was unable to come out of the room. She had issues in the family and she had mental health issues because of the family and how they treated her. And that's when she was unable. She was totally qualified, studied from a very good college and everything, but she was just in a bad shape. उसको समझ ही नहीं आता था, उससे बिस्तर से भी नहीं उठा जाता था. और मैं तब तक इतनी ठीक हो गई थी कि मैं अपने आप के साथ दूसरों को भी ध्यान रख पाती थी. So that's when I used to go to people's houses, I used to go to different people's society and try to make a support system in the society. कि अगर suppose there was a single mother, so अब वो सिंगल मदर है, घर में और कोई नहीं और ऐसा कोई केस होता है तो वो एक अकेली माँ क्या कर लेगी. Luckily I had both my parents and sometimes off and on my brother used to come to Delhi. So I had all this support. But if there's a single mother it becomes very difficult because आप जितना अपने बच्चे को सफ़र करते हुए देख रहे हो, माँ के ऊपर जो एक mental health problem बन जाता है, it becomes very difficult. There were times when my mother used to throw the laptop, throw the computer or the phone, and you know that's when my dad came into the picture and he used to calm both of us down. एक तरफ मैं रो रही हूँ, एक तरफ मॉम भी परेशान हो रही है, तो कौन है वो बीच में जिसको दोनों को मतलब ठीक करने के लिए. So at least dad थे वहाँ पे, because dad was someone जो I think काफ़ी ज़्यादा absorb कर लेते थे and mom बहुत ज़्यादा affect होती थी मुझे लेके. So it used to become very difficult for us. अब mom घर से बाहर चली गई, मुझे mental breakdown हो रहा है, it will become very difficult for, you know, if it's just me and mom in the house. So all of this happened, and one of the major things that also helped me during my journey was having a dog, which is a game changer. Because during my mental health journey I had totally lost hope over humans. I had no trust. मुझे लगता था कि ये कोई काम के ही नहीं है, इनसे कुछ नहीं होगा, ये सिर्फ दिल तोड़ेंगे, चाहे वो फैमिली हो चाहे वो कोई दोस्त हो, मैं किसी पे भरोसा नहीं कर पाती थी. एंड डॉग्स वर द ओनली वंस जो मुझे बहुत सेफ फील कराते थे. दे वुड बी देयर फॉर मी. इफ आई एम फीलिंग लो दे वुड स्टॉप ईटिंग एंड यू नो आई वुड फील लाइक ओ माई गॉड आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस, एंड आई यूज टू टेक केयर ऑफ देम एंड दे यूज टू टेक केयर ऑफ मी. सो इट वॉज अ वेरी गिव एंड टेक रिलेशनशिप, just like mama papa, and it was also fun because they were there for me. I could hold them, I could talk to them, even if they would not respond, but I would still have someone there with me, you know, to cuddle around, to be with. वो बहुत ज़्यादा impact है वो. आज भी I have a dog and touch wood, I am very happy with her. She's there, she's always there for me. Even if I'm home alone, I know that she's there. She's following me in the house. एकदम चिपक के रहती है, and that's what I want. कि कोई हो ना हो, she is at least there to listen to me. And I love talking to her, I love playing around with her, I take her for drives, I take her for a nice walk. So two things which are very important that I want to talk about here is, so people like me who have mental health issues are not someone who can do a 9 to 5 job, who are unable to go to a normal office, you know, do a proper job, deal with all the stress, deal with all the shoutings and all the nonsense that happens in an office. So I have never been able to do a proper job. I'm intelligent, I'm creative, I'm very organized, I have the qualities, but I cannot be in such a, you know, area where people are screaming at me, people are shouting, people are not listening to me, people are misbehaving, people are not sensitive. And the society that we live in is very insensitive. They do not know how to talk to people. वो सोचते नहीं है कुछ भी बोलने से पहले, और उन्हें ये नहीं पता कि वो जो बोल रहे हैं वो एक मेंटल हेल्थ पेशेंट को किस तरह इम्पैक्ट करेगी, कब करेगी, पता ही नहीं चलेगा, और वो मुझे बहुत ही ट्रिगर कर सकता है, which is very difficult. So it's been very, very difficult. I don't know like how I'm even sitting here today. This entire journey, I used to feel so helpless. But with the help of counseling, with the help of medication, I'm here. I want to live a life now. I want to do something different every day with my life. I want to grow. So recently I had acted in a show called Illegal Season 3. I had done a role of a reporter, news reporter, which was a big experience for me, getting into the Bollywood, meeting big stars, you know, learning the dialogues. I was very scared, but then I did it, and इतना छोटा सा वो एक role changed my entire life for the past 1 year. I've been feeling so much more confident. I feel that I've done something, I've achieved something. And my parents are proud of me. People who know me, who've seen me go through all this entire journey that I've been with, they are very proud of me that, oh, Seher, you've done something so big. So, you know, this is one more thing. And also that the people around us, since I said that they're very insensitive, they don't know what to say, when to say, how to say. And with a mental health patient, you have to be very, very careful, and you have to choose the right kind of words, the right kind of tone. You have to be very calm. You can't scream and shout around them. So you have to learn how to behave around them. People tell us that you don't know how to behave when we are having a mental breakdown. But what about you? You are harming us in the same way. If we are affecting you, you are affecting us too. So I have been very vocal about my adoption, about my mental health journey. And every time I made friends, I still remember I was in NIFT in 2018. I told people about my journey. I was a very good student. I was on top, you know. I was very good with my work. My projects were amazing. People used to actually come and ask me for help. But still, they would not talk to me. If they made plans after college, they would not, you know, count me in. They would just try to hide. They would make different groups on WhatsApp and not include me. And फिर मुझे Instagram की stories से देख के पता चल रहा है कि अरे मेरी class तो बाहर घूम रही है. I feel so hurt कि why are you doing this to me? I'm also a human. I also have emotions. You can't treat me like that. Slowly, I think I'm in that state now where I think I've learned how to deal with such people, and I do not care about them anymore. They do not affect me the way they did much earlier. I've become stronger. I've become independent. I can handle myself. This year in March, I bought myself a bike. I ride a Royal Enfield Meteor 350, which is a very big thing. And today when I'm on the road riding, people come to me and they're like, oh my God, you're so confident. Oh my God, how do you handle such a heavy bike? Which is itself a very big thing for me. So I do 50 other things which I think half the people, half the normal people can't do, which I'm very proud of today. My parents are very proud of. I remember every time I'm riding around my mom, she would get her phone out and she would want to record, you know. Then she's always telling people, oh, you know, my daughter rides a Royal Enfield. People get very shocked, oh my God, itni patli si to hai, kaise chala leti hai. But it's fun. I love riding. It's my sukoon. Riding, driving, I really love it. So during my mental health journey, I remember I was told not to drive, which was very, very, very irritating for me, and it used to make me very angry. I remember my dad had to hide the car keys and all of that. So it was very difficult, but fine, because the doctor said it, we had to do it, because I was in so much aggression. I could have gone and hit somebody, or I could have screamed at somebody on the road. So now all of that has, you know, gotten me into good stuff. So there are still a few points that I want to cover. One of them is that people with mental health issues, they end up getting into drugs. Luckily, I was saved by that, and I never touched any kind of drugs, which is a major good part, because एक बार आप ड्रग्स में चले गए तो फिर आपका दिमाग जो है वो ड्रग्स से कंट्रोल होता है. आप ऑलरेडी मेडिकेशन पे हो. ऑल ऑफ दैट टुगेदर विल रिएक्ट इन अ वेरी बैड मैनर. Luckily, I never touched drugs. I was always away from it. I had promised myself. मुझे बहुत लोगों ने बोला कि ये कर ले वो कर ले, मुझे हमेशा लगता था कि नहीं, आई प्रॉमिस्ड माई फादर दैट आई विल नेवर डू इट एंड आई नेवर डिड इट. आई हैव नेवर इवन थॉट. I used to leave people if they would do that around me, and I used to hate it. I still hate it. I don't even stand in a place where people are doing that. So it's like नहीं करना तो नहीं करना, वो सोच लिया है. So one more thing that I wanted to talk about is that people like us, we are normal human beings like any other people, but we do not get the right kind of treatment from the people around us, which makes it very difficult for us to survive. जॉब्स नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट में कहीं भी ऐसी कोई जगह नहीं है जहाँ पे एक मेंटल हेल्थ सर्वाइवर जो अभी भी मेंटल हेल्थ के साथ डील कर रहा है, बिकॉज मेंटल हेल्थ कभी भी 100% क्योर नहीं होती. आई एम अ BPD पेशेंट, आई हैव मेंटल हेल्थ इशूज एंड विच इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू एवर बी 100% क्योर्ड, बट I do not have facilities by the government or by the people that allows me to do a proper job like anyone else can. मेरे लिए वो बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट है. I want to earn but I don't know how to. अब मैं एक नॉर्मल जॉब करने जाऊँ, वहाँ पे मुझे कोई कुछ बोल दे तो मेरे लिए तो बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होगा, क्योंकि वो मेरे लिए मेंटली बहुत ट्रॉमेटाइजिंग हो जाएगा और उन लोगों को कुछ होगा नहीं, सब मेरा ख़राब होकर रह जाएगा. इतने साल की मेरी मेहनत, आई कांट मेस विद दैट. आई कांट टेक एनी रिस्क विच इज़ गोइंग टू spoil my mental health. It's my priority that मैं mentally और emotionally stable रहूँ. So that is very difficult. और आज भी इतने साल से, मेरे को ही इतने साल हो गए, 10-12 साल हो गए मेंटल हेल्थ के साथ डील करते हुए, मुझे आज तक ऐसे सुनने में नहीं आया कि यार I can do a job too and there's a place where I can feel safe. There are places that is going to keep me emotionally and keep me satisfied. But ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There are no people in the world who are sensitive to people like us. अगर मुझे आज कैंसर होता तो शायद 10 लोग मुझसे पूछते कि ओ बेटा आपको कैंसर हो गया, या ओ माय फ्रेंड हैज़ कैंसर. वो सेंसिटिव होते मुझसे, बात करते मुझसे, मुझे शायद सुनते, उनको लगता अरे ध्यान रखना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. बट मेंटल हेल्थ भी तो वही है. It's also something that I haven't done to myself. It has come to me. And if I have it, can people not be sensitive around me? Can they not talk to me in a polite manner? Can they not understand that I'm not in the right state of mind to talk right now? Or can they just not listen to me? Be there for me, be a friend, be a good listener. I don't know why, but it's very difficult to find someone like that. During this entire journey, one thing that I have also realized कि जब आपको मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज़ होते हैं ना, और आपको कोई बोलता है कि यार तुझे कुछ तो है, यू आर नॉट नॉर्मल, तो मुझे लगता है अरे क्या है, ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हैं. हम खुद रियलाइज़ ही नहीं कर पाते दैट वी हैव इश्यूज़. इट टेक्स अ लॉन्ग टाइम टू रियलाइज एंड रिकग्नाइज एंड एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट दैट वी हैव मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज़, विच इज़ वन बिग थिंग. जिस दिन आपने खुद ने रियलाइज़ कर लिया दैट आपको मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज़ हैं, आप अपने ऊपर काम करने लग जाओगे. एंड कोई भी कैसा भी हो, बट खुद पे काम खुद को ही करना पड़ता है. मॉम डैड का सपोर्ट होना ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ प्लस पॉइंट, बट आपको एट द एंड ऑफ द डे खुद का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. जैसे मैंने बोला था कि इनिशियली मेडिकेशन मम्मा पापा देते थे, दे हैड टू सी दैट मैं ज़्यादा ना ले लूँ, मैं कम ना ले लूँ, वो बहुत वो देखना पड़ता था, मॉनिटर करना पड़ता था. बट देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन माय पेरेंट्स कुड ट्रस्ट मी कि हाँ यार ये ओवरडोज नहीं कर लेगी अपने आप को, या हाँ हम उसके हाथ में ये मेडिसिन अब दे सकते हैं, हाँ ये शहर के रूम में रह सकती है, हमें छुपाना नहीं पड़ेगा. सो इट बिकेम वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बट धीरे धीरे विद टाइम आई स्टार्टेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि दिस इज गोइंग टू हेल्प मी ओनली एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. एंड रात को शांति से मैं ही रह पाऊंगी, रोए बिना, मेंटल ब्रेकडाउन्स के बिना एक दिन नॉर्मल जी पाऊंगी मैं. तो वो खुद से अपने आप पे मेहनत करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, एक्सेप्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एंड एट द एंड मैं बता रही हूँ इस पूरी जर्नी के, टुडे आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ माई सेल्फ, हु आई एम. पीपल अप्रिशिएट मी, नहीं भी करते तो भी मुझे फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, बट करते हैं, विच इज़ वेरी गुड. एंड ऐसे ही आप धीरे धीरे स्टेप बाय स्टेप बेबी स्टेप्स लोगे. पापा हमेशा कहते हैं बेबी स्टेप्स लो, कोई भी चीज़ जल्दबाजी में करोगे कभी अच्छा नहीं होगा. एंड मेंटल हेल्थ के साथ आपको बेबी स्टेप्स ही लेने पड़ते हैं. धीरे धीरे वो छोटे स्टेप्स आपको एक बहुत बेटर इंसान बनाएंगे, आपको इमोशनली बहुत स्टेबल करेंगे. बहुत ज़रूरी है वो. मैंने ये चीज़ अभी भी कहा था पहले, दैट अपने आप अपने बच्चे को अगर बता दिया जाए ना कि आप अडॉप्टेड हो, तो आगे लाइफ आप बहुत सिक्योरली जी सकते हो, बिकॉज आपको ये डर नहीं रहेगा कि किसी और ने बता दिया तो, कहीं से सुन लिया तो, बिकॉज अगर ये हो गया तो आई थिंक बच्चा आपको कभी ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाएगा, बच्चे का बिल्कुल आप पे से भरोसा हट जाएगा। और बच्चे के पास अगर माँ बाप ही नहीं होंगे भरोसा करने के लिए तो बच्चा जाएगा कहाँ, क्योंकि घर में मैंने जैसे बोला 4 दीवारी में आप उन्हीं के साथ हो, आपको हर समय उनको फेस करना है, और उन्हीं के साथ आपका 1-on-1 अगर अच्छा नहीं है तो फिर आप लाइफ में कभी खुश नहीं रह पाओगे, एंड वो आपका सबसे बड़ा बिगेस्ट सपोर्ट सिस्टम होने वाले हैं। तो इट्स बेटर कि आप जितनी अच्छे तरीके से बता सकते हो ये चीज़। सो आई रिमेंबर हाउ माई मदर टोल्ड मी, विच इज़ अ वेरी क्यूट एंड अ वेरी स्वीट इंसिडेंट। सो आई रिमेंबर वी हैड गॉन टू लाजपत नगर। सो मुझे बचपन से मेहंदी का बहुत ज़्यादा शौक था, और मैं जैसे ही हर 15 दिन में मेरी मेहंदी उतरती थी मैं मम्मी को बोलती थी मुझे लेके जाओ, मुझे हाथ पैर में मेहंदी लगानी है। और मेरी मम्मा मुझे ऐसे ही एक बार लाजपत नगर लेके गई थी। आई रिमेंबर आई हैड मेहंदी ऑन माई हैंड एंड वी वर वॉकिंग, वो लाजपत नगर की भीड़ में, वी वर इन दैट भीड़ एंड आई वॉज वॉकिंग विद मम्मा, छोटी सी मैं, मम्मा, एंड आई वॉज जस्ट जनरली आई डोंट नो व्हाट केम इनटू माय माइंड एंड आई आस्क्ड हर कि मम्मी बच्चे मतलब कहाँ से आते हैं? तो शी सेड पेट से आते हैं। तो आई सेड मैं कहाँ से आई हूँ? आपके पेट से आई हूँ? तो शी सेड नहीं, तुम मेरे पेट से नहीं आई हो। सो आई वाज लाइक अच्छा साहिर भैया कहाँ से आए हैं? तो शी सेड वो तो मेरे पेट से आया है। तो आई वाज लाइक हेलो व्हाट? तो मैं कहाँ से आई भाई? तुम मतलब क्या बोलना चाहती हो? तो शी सेड हमने तुम्हें गोद लिया था। आई वाज लाइक व्हाट? मतलब 7-8 साल के बच्चे को क्या समझ आएगा गोद लिया था? आई मीन कम ऑन, इट्स अ वेरी बिग थिंग फॉर अ चाइल्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड। सो आई वाज लाइक पता नहीं क्या है, बस मैंने उसमें से इतना निकाला कि यार मैं इनकी बच्ची नहीं हूँ, ये तो मुझसे क्यों प्यार करेंगे, इनका खुद का बच्चा है, खुद का ब्लड रिलेशन है, तो मुझे थोड़ी ना प्यार करेंगे वो। सो आई वॉज वेरी कन्फ्यूज्ड एंड ऑल, एंड दैट्स व्हेन माई मेंटल हेल्थ इशूज ऑल्सो बिकेम मच बिगर, एंड आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि ओ अब तो ये मुझे प्यार नहीं करेंगे, इनका खुद का बेटा है, उसी के लिए सब कुछ करेंगे। बट मैं आज being a 29-year-old, being with this family for 29 years, I can say that they have done a lot for me. I think more than they've done for my brother. They have been there, they found the best school, they've given me the perfect kind of medication, the therapy, and it's all very expensive. They've done whatever it takes to do it. सो इट्स वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप अपने बच्चे को खुद बताओ ये चीज़, क्योंकि अगर बाहर से पता चला तो फिर वो बच्चे की लाइफ आगे की बहुत मेस्ड अप होगी, और ये ज़रूरी नहीं है। सो आई हैव ऑल्सो सीन अनदर गर्ल हु इज़ अडॉप्टेड। अब ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बच्चा अडॉप्टेड है इसलिए उसको मेंटल हेल्थ इशूज़ है। अडॉप्शन और मेंटल हेल्थ का कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। एक नॉर्मल चाइल्ड जो आपका बायोलॉजिकल चाइल्ड है, इट्स वेरी पॉसिबल दैट उसको भी मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज हो जाए, नॉट बिकॉज वो अडॉप्टेड है बट बिकॉज उसको इश्यूज हैं। कुछ भी हो सकता है रीजन XYZ, दैट डज नॉट मैटर। मेरे केस में साइकेट्रिस्ट ने बोला कि इट कुड बी द अबैंडनमेंट दैट शी हैज गॉन थ्रू, इट कुड बी द अडॉप्शन, इट कुड बी दैट वो अपने माँ के साथ 9 महीने रही थी। सो बहुत सारी पॉसिबिलिटीज थी, एंड कुछ भी ऑब्वियसली ठप्पा मार के आपको कोई नहीं बता सकता, बिकॉज नोबडी हैज सीन द पास्ट. And nobody, I have not met my parents yet, so I don't know what the truth was. So recently I also found out that I have 2 elder sisters and a mother, a father of course. तो मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ कि क्या रीज़न रहा होगा मेरी माँ का मुझे देने का, which is a very big question in my mind that ठीक है, एक माँ के लिए अपने बच्चे को देना बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है, बट अगर एक माँ ने इतना बड़ा डिसीजन लिया है तो कहीं ना कहीं से उसको फोर्स किया गया होगा, कुछ भी हो सकता है. सो मेरे केस में आई हैड 2 elder sisters. सो ये हो सकता था कि मे बी बिकॉज आई वॉज बॉर्न द 3rd चाइल्ड वॉज बॉर्न अनदर गर्ल, इसलिए मुझे दे दिया गया हो. दैट इज़ अ वेरी बिग पॉसिबिलिटी. तो वो बहुत सारे रीजंस हैं, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं मेरे दिमाग में जो चलते रहते हैं. एंड आई ऑल्सो रिमेंबर दैट मैं बचपन से लेके आज तक अपने माँ बाप से बहुत गुस्सा रही हूँ. बट आई थिंक 2-3 साल पहले आई हैव कम टू दैट टर्म वेयर आई एम नॉट एंग्री विद देम एनी मोर. मुझे लगता है यार मजबूरी रही होगी, और मैं तो सोचती हूँ अच्छा ही हुआ दे दिया. आई हैव गॉट अमेजिंग पेरेंट्स नाउ. मुझे शायद वो ये लाइफस्टाइल दे ही नहीं पाते. एक लाइफस्टाइल, ये सपोर्ट सिस्टम, द मेंटल हेल्थ क्योर दैट आई हैव गॉट, ये मुझे नहीं मिलता अगर मैं उनके साथ होती. शायद क्या पता वो अफोर्ड ही ना कर पाते, क्या पता उनको इतना पढ़े लिखे ही नहीं होते कि उनको ये समझ भी होती कि यार ऐसा भी कुछ इशू होता है, और मैं क्या पता बहुत पहले चली गई होती इस दुनिया से. So everything that is negative, you can always find something positive in it and look for it. And it's not going to be difficult. अगर आप सोच लोगे आप कर लोगे। मेरे साथ भी बहुत कुछ हुआ, बट मैंने अब उसके पॉजिटिव्स देखना शुरू किया एंड आई हैव बिकम अ बेटर पर्सन। So my mother has an NGO called Anhad, which is called Act Now for Harmony and Democracy, which usually works with a lot of issues in the world, like women empowerment, women rights, domestic violence cases, mental health cases, after me mental health cases, and a lot of other issues. So I have seen that the kind of cases that come to us, people are very helpless. I recently saw this case coming into the office that a woman was suffering from domestic violence for the past 25 years. She has a daughter who is 22, 23 years old. And उन्हें पता ही नहीं है, उनके पास सपोर्ट ही नहीं है। अगर वो डिवोर्स भी लेना चाहती है, उन्हें पता ही नहीं कि मैं क्या करूं, मैं कहाँ जाऊं, अगर मैं डिवोर्स ले लेती हूँ तो मेरा क्या होता है। लोग इतने डरे हुए रहते हैं इन चीज़ों के साथ। वैसे ही मेंटल हेल्थ के पेशेंट्स आते हैं हमारे पास कितने सारे, कि हमें पता नहीं हम कहाँ जाएं, हमें डॉक्टर्स नहीं पता, हमें थेरेपिस्ट नहीं पता, हमें ये नहीं पता कि हमें अगर मेडिकेशन ले रहे हैं तो थेरेपी भी लेना ज़रूरी है। सो इन मेंटल हेल्थ therapy is 50% and medication is 50%. Together it's 100%. आप कभी भी सिर्फ थेरेपी से ठीक नहीं हो सकते, आप कभी भी सिर्फ मेडिकेशन से ठीक नहीं हो सकते। आप दवाइयाँ ले रहे हो पर आपको अपने बारे में बात करना भी बहुत ज़रूरी है। यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी वर्बल अबाउट इट। आप लोगों से नहीं कर पा रहे, सो थेरेपिस्ट इज़ वन पर्सन यू कैन ट्रस्ट। पहले तो वो बॉन्ड साइन करते हैं कि दे कैन नॉट शेयर एनीथिंग विद एनीबडी, इवन इफ इट्स योर पेरेंट्स, दे हैव टू टेक योर परमिशन फॉर दैट। सो वो वहाँ पे एक ट्रस्ट बिल्ड हो ही जाता है। आफ्टर अ फ्यू सेशंस यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग कि हाँ यार इसको तो मैं कुछ भी बता सकती हूँ। दैट्स द सेम वे आई हैव स्टार्टेड फीलिंग in my therapy sessions. Now it's been almost 1.5 to 2 years that I haven't been taking any therapy or any medication and I've been dealing with my own issues myself. कभी मुझे लो लगता है तो मैं बोल देती हूँ, मम्मी पापा से बात कर लेती हूँ, बट अब मैं ज़्यादातर ट्राई करती हूँ कि मैं अपने इश्यूज से भी खुद ही डील कर लेती हूँ। एंड आई हैव बिकम दैट स्टेबल दैट आई कैन डू इट। मेरा अगर मूड ख़राब होता है तो आई ट्राई एंड अवॉइड टॉकिंग टू मम्मा पापा, ताकि मैं अननेसेसरली उन्हें भी परेशान ना कर दूँ। I've been in that place where I can take care of myself, handle my own self and control my mind the way I want it to be. So जब आप ऐसे cases आते हैं हमारे पास तो आपको लगता है यार, मैं पहली बात तो सबसे पहले यही लगता है कि अरे I'm not alone. I have people around me who are suffering with same issues. बट फिर एक जगह लगता है कि यार इनके पास सपोर्ट नहीं है, मेरे पास सपोर्ट था, अगर मेरे पास नहीं होता तो मेरा क्या हाल होता, और मैं उनको कैसे सपोर्ट कर सकती हूँ in whatever way. I've taken people to psychiatrists, I've taken people for therapy, I've been there for them, I've been on calls with them, I've been on video calls with them, if they've harmed themselves, I've been there and I've taken them to the hospital, gotten them stitches, or you know whatever, in whatever way I can help them, I've always been there. और लगता है कि यार इन लोग को अकेला नहीं छोड़ना है, जितना सपोर्ट मैं कर सकती हूँ बीइंग बेटर टुडे मैं करती हूँ। जब मुझे लगता है कि अरे ये चीज़ मुझे अफेक्ट करने लगी है, तब जाके आई ट्राई टू डिस्टेंस माई सेल्फ एंड आई टेल माई पेरेंट्स टू हैंडल इट देन, बिकॉज आई कांट मेस माई सेल्फ बिकॉज ऑफ समबडी एल्स। एंड जितना मुझसे होता है मैं कर लेती हूँ, जब नहीं होता तो लगता है कि चलो ठीक है। सो वन थिंग दैट आई वुड से टू ऑल माई लिसनर्स इज, विच आई ऑलवेज से, नेवर गिव अप, देयर इज़ होप। अगर मैं इतने लंबे जर्नी के बाद, मतलब आई एम 29, टुडे आई हैव टर्न 29 एंड I've spent 90% of my life dealing with these issues, dealing with my own self, dealing with people around me, and इतना ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया इन सब चीज़ों में। अब लाइफ में I feel there's hope. I don't want to give up on myself. I want to be a better person. Every day I work on being on a better version of myself. And मैं यही कहूँगी कि give up मत करो। लाइफ एक ही है, अच्छे से जियो, हेल्दी रहो। सपोर्ट की ज़रूरत है, सपोर्ट सीख करो। दोस्तों की ज़रूरत है, दोस्तों से बात करो। अगर प्रोफेशनल्स की ज़रूरत है, प्रोफेशनल्स की हेल्प लो, मेडिकेशन लो, जो भी करना पड़े अपने आप को बेटर करने के लिए, बस वो कर लो। and I'm promising you there will be a day when you will feel better, and you can always talk to me or people with mental health issues. They will understand because we've been through similar stuff. तो obviously हम आपकी जगह पर अपने आप को फील कर सकते हैं. एक नॉर्मल इंसान को अपने इश्यूज बताने में और एक मेंटल हेल्थ सर्वाइवर को बताने में बहुत डिफरेंस हो जाता है. एक नॉर्मल इंसान बोलेगा हाँ हाँ ठीक है, बट एक मेंटल हेल्थ पेशेंट वो एक्चुअली फील करके बैठा है तो उसको पता होगा कि व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग. So don't give up, and there is hope. You will do it. I'm sure you can do it.